What if I told you that your grandmother in rural China is stronger at 85 than most Americans at 65? What if the secret wasn't some expensive supplement or complicated workout routine, but a single food that's been hiding in plain sight for thousands of years? I'm about to share something with you that will completely change how you think about aging, muscle loss, and what's truly possible for your body after 50. Stay until the end, because the final insight about this ancient wisdom will hit you like a lightning bolt, and you'll never look at growing older the same way again. Ancient secret. There's a reason why traditional Chinese medicine practitioners live longer, stronger lives than almost anyone else on the planet. There's a reason why in remote villages across Asia, you'll find 90-year-olds working rice fields with the strength of people half their age. And there's a reason why Western medicine has completely missed this for decades. While we've been sold expensive protein powders and told that muscle loss is just an inevitable part of aging, the truth is sarcopenia, that gradual loss of muscle mass and strength that supposedly starts in your 30s, isn't inevitable at all. It's a symptom of a deeper imbalance that ancient healers understood intimately, but that modern science is only beginning to grasp. What they knew, what they passed down through generations of wisdom keepers, was that the human body has an incredible capacity for regeneration and strength at any age, but only when we understand the true nature of cellular energy and how to feed our deepest biological needs. I've spent the last 15 years studying longevity practices across different cultures, and nothing, absolutely nothing, prepared me for what I discovered about this one nutrient. Not the superfood trends, not the biohacking protocols, not even the most advanced medical research. This goes deeper than all of that. This touches something primal about how our bodies were designed to thrive, not just survive. Hidden truth. Here's what nobody talks about when they discuss muscle loss in seniors. It's not really about the muscles at all. Your muscles are just the visible symptom of something much more profound happening at the cellular level. Every single day, your body is making a choice: regenerate or deteriorate, build or break down, thrive or merely survive. And that choice is being made not by your conscious mind, but by ancient biological processes that respond to very specific signals. The conventional approach to sarcopenia is backwards. We focus on the symptom, the lost muscle mass, instead of addressing the root cause. We pump seniors full of protein supplements, put them through grueling exercise routines, and then act surprised when their bodies rebel or show minimal improvement. Meanwhile, in cultures where this one nutrient is consumed daily, muscle loss in aging is practically unknown. What makes this even more fascinating is that this isn't some rare, exotic ingredient that costs hundreds of dollars. This is something that's been available to humanity for millennia, something so common that we've completely overlooked its profound power. The wisdom keepers called it Shi Heng Yi, which roughly translates to the one that feeds the deepest fire. They understood that this nutrient doesn't just feed your muscles. It feeds the cellular machinery that decides whether your body ages gracefully or falls apart. Think about this for a moment. What if everything you've been told about aging is wrong? What if the weakness, the frailty, the gradual decline that we accept as normal is actually the result of a simple nutritional deficiency that's been hiding in plain sight? What if your body at 70 could be stronger than it was at 50? Not despite your age, but because of the wisdom you've gained about how to truly nourish yourself. Life-changing revelation. The nutrient I'm talking about is something so fundamental to life that it exists in every single cell of every living organism on the planet. Yet most people, especially seniors, are severely deficient in it. It's not a vitamin. It's not a mineral. And it's not what you think it is. This is about cellular energy production at the most basic level. The difference between cells that thrive and regenerate versus cells that merely survive and slowly die. In traditional Chinese medicine, they call aging the dimming of the inner fire. Modern science now understands exactly what this means. Inside every cell in your body, you have tiny powerhouses called mitochondria. These are responsible for creating the energy that powers everything: your heartbeat, your thoughts, your ability to move and heal and grow. As we age, these mitochondria become less efficient, produce less energy, and your entire body starts to slow down. But here's the revolutionary part. This decline isn't inevitable. Those mitochondria can be revitalized, recharged, and even multiplied at any age. The key is understanding what they need to function optimally, and that's where this ancient wisdom becomes life-changing. The nutrient that traditional healers called Shi Heng Yi is actually what we now know as coenzyme Q10, but not in the form you've probably heard about. Most people who know about CoQ10 think of it as just another supplement. They don't understand that there are different forms, different qualities, and most importantly, different ways the body can actually use it. The cheap synthetic versions found in most supplements are barely absorbed by the body, but the form that exists naturally in certain traditional foods, that's bioavailable, powerful, and life-changing. Deep connection. What moves me most about this discovery is how it connects us to something ancient and wise within ourselves. Your body isn't broken. It's not failing you. It's desperately trying to communicate what it needs. But we've forgotten how to listen. Every ache, every moment of fatigue, every sign of what we call aging is actually your body asking for specific support. I think about the seniors I've worked with who were told by their doctors that muscle loss was inevitable, that they should accept being weaker, that their best days were behind them. I think about how their eyes lit up when they realized that wasn't true, that their bodies were still capable of remarkable transformation, that strength and vitality weren't privileges of youth, but birthrights they could reclaim at any age. This isn't about vanity or trying to turn back the clock. This is about honoring the incredible wisdom and resilience that lives within every cell of your body. It's about understanding that aging can be a process of deepening strength, not diminishing it. When you give your cells what they truly need, when you support those mitochondrial powerhouses with the right nutrients, something magical happens. Energy returns, strength builds, the fog lifts. You remember what it feels like to inhabit a body that's working with you, not against you. The traditional healers understood something that we're only now rediscovering. The body wants to heal. It wants to be strong. It wants to thrive. But it needs the right conditions, the right support, the right understanding of its deepest needs. Practical wisdom. So what is this miraculous food that contains this life-changing nutrient in its most bioavailable form? It's something that might shock you with its simplicity. It's organ meats, specifically heart tissue from grass-fed animals. The heart contains the highest concentration of coenzyme Q10 in nature, and in a form that your body can immediately recognize and use. I know what you're thinking. Organ meats? That sounds intimidating, unusual, maybe even unappetizing. But stay with me, because this is where ancient wisdom meets practical modern solutions. You don't need to completely overhaul your diet or force yourself to eat things that don't appeal to you. Even small amounts of high-quality organ meat, incorporated wisely into your routine, can create profound changes. Traditional cultures understood this instinctively. They honored the whole animal and recognized that different parts offered different gifts. The muscle meat provided protein, but the organs provided the concentrated nutrients that supported vitality and longevity. In many cultures, the heart was reserved for elders specifically because of its power to maintain strength and energy. Modern freeze-drying technology has made this ancient wisdom accessible in ways our ancestors couldn't imagine. High-quality grass-fed organ supplements can deliver these concentrated nutrients without the taste or preparation challenges. But the key is understanding that not all supplements are created equal. The source matters. The processing matters. The way your body recognizes and utilizes these nutrients matters immensely. What's remarkable is how quickly people notice changes when they start supporting their cellular energy production properly. Within weeks, many report increased energy, better sleep, improved mood, and yes, noticeable improvements in muscle strength and recovery. It's not magic. It's simply giving your body what it's been desperately needing. Transformation story. Let me tell you about Margaret, a 73-year-old woman who came to one of my workshops last year. She'd been told by multiple doctors that her muscle weakness was just part of getting older. She could barely carry her groceries, struggled to get up from chairs, and had resigned herself to a gradual decline into dependency. Her adult children were already discussing assisted living options. Margaret was skeptical when I first explained this ancient wisdom about cellular energy and the power of properly nourishing the mitochondria. She tried protein powders, physical therapy, even expensive IV treatments. Nothing had made a meaningful difference, but something about the simplicity of this approach resonated with her. Maybe it was the connection to traditional wisdom, or maybe she was just ready to try something that addressed the root cause instead of just managing symptoms. She started with small amounts of high-quality organ supplements focusing on heart tissue rich in natural CoQ10. Within 3 weeks, she noticed she was sleeping more deeply. By 6 weeks, she realized she'd been carrying her groceries without thinking about it. By 3 months, she was not only getting up from chairs easily, but was actually stronger than she'd been in years. But the most powerful transformation wasn't physical, it was psychological. Margaret realized that she'd been living in a story about aging that simply wasn't true. She'd accepted decline as inevitable when it was actually optional. She'd believed her best days were behind her when they were actually just beginning. At 74, she started hiking again. She began volunteering at a local community garden. She moved from a place of resignation to a place of possibility. Margaret's story isn't unique. I've seen this transformation happen over and over again when people understand how to truly nourish their cellular energy systems. The body has an incredible capacity for regeneration and renewal at any age, but it needs the right support, the right understanding, and the right nutrients in forms it can actually use. What makes this even more compelling is that modern science is finally catching up to what traditional healers have known for centuries. Recent research on mitochondrial function and aging has revealed exactly why this approach is so powerful. Studies show that CoQ10 deficiency is extremely common in people over 50, and that supplementing with bioavailable forms can significantly improve muscle strength, energy production, and overall cellular health. But here's what most of these studies miss. The source and form of the nutrient matters enormously. Synthetic CoQ10 supplements have poor absorption rates and limited effectiveness. The naturally occurring forms found in organ meats, particularly heart tissue, are recognized by the body as food, not foreign substances. This means they're absorbed more efficiently and utilized more effectively. The research on sarcopenia prevention and reversal through proper mitochondrial support is revolutionary. We're seeing studies that show significant improvements in muscle mass, strength, and functional capacity in seniors who support their cellular energy production properly. This isn't about slowing decline. This is about actual regeneration and improvement. What's even more exciting is the emerging research on how mitochondrial health affects not just physical strength, but cognitive function, emotional resilience, and overall quality of life. When your cells have the energy they need to function optimally, everything improves. Your brain works better, your mood stabilizes, your body feels more alive and responsive. This isn't wishful thinking or alternative medicine hype. This is solid peer-reviewed research that's validating what traditional healers understood intuitively. The body has incredible capacity for renewal and strength at any age, but only when we understand and support its deepest biological needs. What moves me most about this work is how it changes people's relationship with their own bodies and with the aging process itself. When you realize that decline isn't inevitable, that your body is capable of remarkable transformation at any age, everything shifts. You stop seeing yourself as a victim of time and start seeing yourself as a partner in your own healing and strength. This ancient wisdom about Shi Heng Yi, about feeding the deepest fire within ourselves, connects us to something profound about what it means to be human. We're not machines that simply wear out over time. We're living systems with incredible capacity for adaptation, healing, and renewal. But we need to understand how to work with our biology, not against it. I think about the seniors who've embraced this understanding and how different their lives become. They stop accepting limitations and start exploring possibilities. They stop managing decline and start creating vitality. They stop feeling like burdens and start feeling like sources of wisdom and strength for their families and communities. There's something deeply spiritual about reclaiming your physical power in your later years. It's about honoring the incredible journey your body has taken you on and supporting it to continue thriving. It's about recognizing that every cell in your body contains the same life force that has sustained humanity for millennia, and that this force can be nourished and strengthened at any age. When people truly understand this, when they feel their energy returning and their strength building, something fundamental shifts in how they see themselves and their future. They realize that their best chapters might still be unwritten, that their deepest contributions might still be ahead of them. The implications of this understanding go far beyond individual health. We're facing an aging population crisis in many parts of the world, with healthcare systems overwhelmed by the care needs of seniors who've accepted decline as inevitable. But what if that decline isn't inevitable? What if we could support people to maintain strength, vitality, and independence throughout their later years? This isn't just about personal wellness. This is about transforming how we think about aging as a society. When seniors are strong, active, and contributing members of their communities, everyone benefits. Families aren't burdened with care responsibilities, healthcare systems aren't overwhelmed with preventable conditions, and communities have access to the wisdom and experience that come with age combined with the vitality to act on that wisdom. I've seen communities transformed when their senior members reclaim their strength and energy. Older adults become mentors, volunteers, caregivers for others, and active contributors rather than passive recipients of care. This ripple effect touches everyone, from the grandchildren who have active, engaged grandparents to the communities that benefit from the wisdom and service of vital elders. But the most profound impact is on the individuals themselves. When you realize that your body is capable of renewal and strength at any age, when you experience the return of energy and vitality you thought were gone forever, it changes everything about how you see your life and your future. You stop counting down and start building up. You stop preparing for decline and start preparing for possibility. This ancient wisdom about cellular energy and proper nourishment offers something our modern world desperately needs: hope. Real, practical, scientifically backed hope that our later years can be our strongest years. That aging can be a process of deepening power rather than diminishing capacity. Here's the ultimate truth that will change everything about how you see aging. Your body at any age contains the same life force, the same cellular intelligence, the same capacity for healing and strength that it had when you were young. What changes isn't your fundamental nature. What changes is how well you understand and support your deepest biological needs. The wisdom keepers who spoke of Shi Heng Yi understood something profound. The fire within us never truly dims unless we stop feeding it properly. Every cell in your body right now contains mitochondria that are capable of producing abundant energy. Every muscle fiber in your body right now is capable of growing stronger. Every system in your body right now is capable of functioning more optimally. The question isn't whether this is possible. The question is whether you'll give your body what it needs to make it happen. Remember, you are not a victim of time. You are a partner in your own transformation. Your body is not betraying you. It's asking for your support. And that support is simpler, more accessible, and more powerful than you ever imagined. The fire within you is waiting to be fed. The strength within you is waiting to be reclaimed. The vitality within you is waiting to be expressed. This is your moment. This is your choice. This is your invitation to step into a completely different relationship with aging, with your body, and with what's truly possible for your life. The ancient wisdom is calling. Your cells are listening. Your future self is waiting. What will you choose?